Hello. This video is going to explain the homework assignments for the Week 5 module. If you're in the Week 5 module and you have gone to the homework assignments, you'll see the sub-tabs that are listed there. We have Week 5 Assignment 1, Topic Sentences, Week 5 Assignment 2, Shaping Ideas, and the Week 5 Discussion. So I'm going to go through each of these real briefly and make sure that I've explained the instructions for each one of them. The instructions are always provided with the assignment, but some people like to hear it verbally. So the first one is the Week 5 Assignment 1 on topic sentences. So we spent a lot of time in the Week 5 module talking about paragraph development, and one very important element of a paragraph is the topic sentence, right? So what you're going to do for this assignment, the first thing you'll note is that this is a text submission, not a file submission. So you will type your responses right there in the text box. You will not be doing it in a Word document and uploading it. So after that little note, you'll see part 1 of the assignment. Part 1 consists of 2 paragraphs, paragraph number 1, paragraph number 2. Each paragraph has 5 sentences in it, and the sentences are just listed, one right after another. It's not in paragraph form. The sentences are also out of order. So what you are going to do is you are going to place them in the right order. You'll see a little line at the front of each sentence. You can delete that line and put a number 1 through 5 to indicate is this the first, second, third, fourth, or fifth sentence of this paragraph. So you're basically relying on kind of logic and common sense to figure out what order the sentences should be in, but also the transition words that will hopefully clue you into how the paragraph flows, how the sentences flow from one to the next. So that's what you're doing for both of those paragraphs. They're unrelated paragraphs, it's just 1 and 2. But for both of them, you're going to indicate the correct order of the sentences. For part 2, you'll see it's very much, it's just the same as what was in the handout that we went over on paragraph development. You have a paragraph that's missing its topic sentence. Underneath the paragraph are 4 choices, A, B, C, or D. You are going to underline, and you can use the, the editing tools in the text box up at the top. You are going to underline the option that you think works best as the topic sentence for that particular paragraph. And there are 3 of them. After you finish with part 2, part 3 is it's similar but different to part 2. We still have a paragraph that's missing its topic sentence. But in this case, you don't have any options to choose from. You are going to come up with your own topic sentence for each paragraph. And just give it your best shot. You really got to read the paragraph and figure out what the focused topic of that paragraph is. So do your best, and I will give you some feedback on it. But it's a really good exercise to creating topic sentences. So do your best on it. If you have any questions about Week 5 Assignment 1, obviously let me know, and I will answer any questions you have and try to help you out so that you can finish it with as little headache as possible. The second item for Week 5 homework is Week 5 Assignment 2. So for this one, when you click on this assignment, you will see that this one is a Word document that you will upload. So for this one, you'll type your responses in a Word document and then attach it to submit it for grading. The first thing you'll notice is that there are 2 paragraphs listed, paragraph 1, paragraph 2. You are going to choose one of those paragraphs to work with, just one. Once you have chosen the paragraph you want to work with, you'll go to task 1. Task 1 tells you to look over the paragraph and answer the bullet points that are there. So does it have a topic sentence, or is the topic sentence missing? Does it have a lot of supporting details? Is the idea, the topic developed enough, or is it inadequate? Does it lack the details? Is it unified and cohesive? Like, do we have one controlling idea, or do we go off topic in that paragraph? Is it organized well? Does the flow of thoughts make sense, or are they kind of disjointed and jumbled? Is it coherent? Do we have those transitions that just make it smooth from start to finish? So basically in task one, I'm asking you to evaluate the paragraph you chose. Thinking about all the things that make a strong, well-developed paragraph. Does that paragraph contain each of those things, or is it lacking in some of those things? You have to identify those. Task two then is asking you to revise the paragraph. We've done this before with the introduction and conclusion assignment. I know it's not your essay, it's not a paragraph that you have written, but do your best to revise the paragraph. That does not necessarily mean just switching the order of sentences. You may have to create a topic sentence. You might have to decide if certain information even needs to be in the paragraph. You can omit some of it if you think that it doesn't fit in, if it's outside the parameters of that controlling idea. It's not just correcting grammar and mechanical errors either. You are going to try to do a full, well-developed paragraph here. So really dig into the revision. You want to stay as true to the original intent of the paragraph as possible, but you do have the freedom to create what you think makes the most sense for that paragraph. So answer the bullet points first, evaluate the paragraph, and then try to revise the paragraph. If you have any questions or concerns, let me know. The third item for week 5 is the week 5 discussion. When you go to the week 5 discussion, you'll see the title of it is Chapter 8, One Writer's Process. So be aware that you need to read through Chapter 8 before you do this discussion. Basically, Chapter 8 chronicles one student's writing process from the time she receives her assignment to the time she turns in her final product. It's not, it's watching how her topic comes to fruition and how she goes through the revision process. So I want you to read through that and pay attention to all the steps that she takes and the decisions that she makes along the way. It's not very long, and you're reading kind of the same thing several times throughout it because it's a draft that she's revising, but there are little captions and snippets and things like that that kind of explain what she has done and the decisions that she's made along the way. So after you have read through Chapter 8, the discussion prompt says, after reviewing Angela's writing process outlined in Chapter 8, how does it compare with your own writing process? Was there anything that surprised you about Angela's process? Did you come across anything that you might try to incorporate into your own writing process moving forward? Be specific and thorough with your answers and explanations. Basically, not everybody realizes that you need to have a writing process. We skip a lot of steps. I've mentioned that before. So what does she do? Because it's a pretty good process that she goes through. It's very comprehensive. She kind of, dots all her I's and crosses all of her T's. So what do you get from it, if anything? And it's okay to say that you don't think, this wouldn't work for me, or I really liked this part, but not this one so much. I just want you to think about her process and see if there's anything that sticks out at you. Remember that you need to post your first, your answer to the discussion question by Thursday at 11:59 p.m. and then respond to 2 other students by Sunday at 11:59 p.m. Remember that the first post on Thursday by Thursday night is what will trigger your attendance, although it could be any graded item. It doesn't have to be the discussion. But just as long as you have submitted some sort of graded item by Thursday at 11:59 p.m., hopefully it's the discussion, but at the very least, make sure that you get the discussion finished by Sunday at 11:59 p.m. If you have any questions or concerns about it, feel free to let me know. And that goes for all the homework. Otherwise, good luck on it, and I look forward to seeing what you guys submit.